guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to react to Goat Piece episode 539, I think. Yo, so much is happening, okay? We just reunited with Jimbe. Nami's here, and Jimbe just said, oh, it's all my fault about Arlong in East Blue. What? How you gonna lead with that? You better explain, bro, because Nami's getting traumatized as we speak, because, right? All those memories, all that trauma that Arlong committed throughout the years, throughout her childhood are coming back. Luffy did save her and her soul, made her forgive and forget, but this guy bringing all the memories back. Jimbe, you better explain, okay? Also, Hordy just captured Zoro and the others, so we're all over the place. I'm loving this arc so far. This is kind of crazy, right? That being said, if you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, join the Patreon, support your boy, Discord, all that. Let's go. Oh, Robin, yeah, this is a side plot. She's looking for the poneglyph. Hey, she's following her dream. Unlike Sanji, who is constantly betraying his dream. I kind of love her dream, by the way. You know, it's full of mystery. Oh my gosh, she found it? Oh, hey, yo! Nah, that's crazy. Because she found one in Skypiea too, didn't she? Right? And Goldie Roger, if I remember, wrote something. We were here or some shit like that, right? So she keeps finding these things. Skypiea, now Fishman Island. I knew this arc reminded me of Skypiea, and I loved Skypiea, bro. NL in my heart for life. That mother effer was strong as hell. Great villain. It was just BS plots that nuked him. But he's still alive. He escaped. What are they doing?
試験だ。ふざけるな。黙れ。この国はホーディ船長のものになるのだ。さあ、その踏み絵を踏め。そんな俺には。さあ、踏むんだ。
Is it a king's picture? Are they trying to step on a picture of the king or the fallen queen or the princess or something like that? They're trying to see who's loyal, who's gonna be loyal to Hordy, right? And not only that, they're gonna make all these people hate humans as well. That's gonna be the propaganda of this new country he's founding. Yeah, human sympathizers. So I'm assuming the fallen queen, the princess's mother that's in the sea forest buried there, I'm assuming she had some sort of law or policy that made this place welcoming to humans. She made sure that the hate for humans doesn't foster, right? She made sure fishmen don't carry that hate in their hearts, and people loved her for it. But when she died, this guy's trying to make them trample on her memory, and that's why Jimbe respected her. We heard him. We got a glimpse of Jimbe talking to her grave and saying, your message still lives on. So I think she was a symbol for peace between humans and merfolk or whatever, fish people. And that's why these guys are forcing people to stomp on her image and on her memory, on what she stood for. Yeah, these guys are strong.
簡単だろう。その踏み絵を踏むか、この島を出るかだ。ふざけるな。なんだよ。
What the? Is he invisible?
どうなってんだよ。人間と巨人が手を取り合うなど幻想に過ぎない。おとなしくホーディ王にひざまずけ。人間どもを支配し、歴史を変えるのだ。北部。
So they're just taking over with sheer ruthlessness and like they're spreading fear and they're spreading hatred towards the humans. But this fishman kind of made a point. He said, yo, this is the last place where fishmen are welcomed, and we can't live in the in the human world. Because yeah, they're like people are gonna hunt them down and sell them on the black market. I mean, I know we saw Hachin and Kami surface, go up there and somewhat visit the human world, but it's risky. Jimbe as well, but Jimbe is strong as fuck, right? So these are regular fishmen. They can't defend themselves when it comes to it. So the regular fishmen, they just said that, kind of proved these guys' point. Like, they're not welcome in the human world. No matter how much they try to not discriminate against humans, the humans discriminate against them. Not all of them, but enough for them to fear going up there. So this is a messed up situation. Plus the history.
次はおめえだよ。楽になるぜ。できない。踏み絵を踏めねえやつはぶっ潰すどうすん。おらお前は深もし邪魔するな。
Okay, so this guy is gonna be strong as fuck, right? Because the king used to be strong, but now he got old. This guy is in his prime, right? And he has the king's strength. His blood, yeah, this guy is gonna be, they're gonna fear him, and he came here to protect the people. But you know when they, when people are talking about Hitler, Nazis, and like rulers like that, ruthless dictators, and people from today are like, oh, I can't believe some people went along with it and supported it. Oh my God, I could never. What this and that. You don't understand how strong the propaganda was. It was similar to this, brother. You didn't really have a choice, right? So, like, these people, I'm kind of surprised they don't even want to stomp on the image knowing full well they're going to die. But most people in the real world, when your choices are do this, submit to this philosophy and, help us, or die, people are usually going to be not that selfless, right? They're going to, submit and join the cause. So, it's an interesting little thing that reminded me when I look at this, when I see people being forced to do shit like this, right? You can always find an example in our history as well, how some dictators got away with a lot of shit because you didn't really have much choice. They always had, they could always leverage your family, your assets, right? Even today, man, you just do it in a more modern way. They seize your bank accounts, you're screwed. So, right? So, it's not easy, man. These sort of situations are crazy. Damn. Yeah, he doesn't know. I was right. Yeah, I was right. It was her. Yo, that sand guy is still kidnapping them. In the middle of all of this. What a prick! Yeah, you're an idiot because you're gonna bite more than you can chew because Luffy's gonna be protecting her and then you're gonna have to fork up all the other mermaids you stored in your pouch of sand. He's gonna kidnap her. Sanji's an idiot, brah. What's with that big ass teacup? Oh, she has questions. Yeah, you better have some answers, Jimbe. Yo, what do you mean? Yeah, listen, I wholeheartedly commend Nami for not just jumping to conclusions right now. She literally just looked him dead in the eyes and said, before I start cursing your roots, what do you mean by that? It's all your fault. You better explain yourself. Yeah.
Jimbe-san. 俺もそう聞いてるぞ。昔、俺とルフィが初めて七部会のジンベエって名を聞いた時も、与作の野郎にそう説明された。
What?
ジンベエは七部会加盟と引き換えにとんでもねえやつをこのイーストブルーへ解き放っちまいやがった。
何か言い訳してってんなら聞くが、言葉には気をつけろよ。
Hey, yo, I love this Sanji, man. Yes, return him to normal like this, man. Look how good of a character he is when he's actually chivalrous and looking after Nami and her interests. But not in a pervy, sleazy, idiotic way, but in a chivalrous way. Stop pissing on his character. Man.
何を隠そう。ここにいる麗しき航海士ナミさんの故郷こそ
Yeah.
アーロンに支配された島。
Yeah?
彼
Yeah,
女
he
自
didn't
身
know that.
耐え難い苦渋を舐めてきた一人だ。ジンベエさん。
Then again, they did forgive Hachin. Right? And it was all, even Sanji, he was ready to kill Hachin. And then they all looked at Nami, and Nami forgave him. So everybody was like, okay, we're going to let it go if she's willing to let it go. So I'm assuming it's going to be similar here. But still, I love that Sanji was the one to say that. And how perfectly he explained it in a calm manner. I need more of this, Sanji.
傷が開いちまう。まだ動いちゃダメだ。
本当だ。俺たちはその子に謝っても許されねえほどの傷を与えている。
Yeah, what do you think? Why do you think she dresses up like this? She's a hoe because of you. I'm kidding. But, you know? Like, that's drama right there. No, but yeah, that was a sad backstory, man. Yo, I said nobody significant died in One Piece except Ace. She died. And she was a very big role model for Nami. She was her mom. She was a big impact on the story very early on. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's still her grave on the island she grew up in. That was a significant death too.
私はナミとノジコの母親代わりだからね。
Nah, you're a mom,
大事な
man.
家族だからね。
Yeah, this is not gonna be an easy one to forgive if Jimbe is really responsible. But I said this before, but now the thought came back to me. Like, we don't know Nami's real parents. We don't know Zoro's real parents. We don't know Sanji's real parents. We don't know Frankie's real parents. We know Robin's parents, right? We don't know Luffy's mom. Like, most of the Straw Hats are like, okay, Usopp's mom died, we know her. And we know his dad. He's a deadbeat, but we know him, right? Like, a lot of the crewmates, we don't know anything about their origin, right? So maybe they're gonna be somebody in the future of this show. Like, hey? Oh, wow. Pathetic humans.
いや、この島を俺の支配下とする。
あいつらは私の子でしょ。
くだらねえ愛に死ね。
Man, ruthless. She couldn't say it in front of them.
ナミ大好き。
She couldn't lie. Even though the kids knew she would lie, saying that they don't belong to me, she couldn't say she died for it. She died for it. Arlong was a prick for that, laughing it off too. Nah, I just got pissed again, man. I got the...
それは私が書いた大事なものよ。返して。
Yeah, we're back. Like, we're right back where we started.
そうすりゃ村を解放し、お前も自由にしてやる。泥棒だ！財宝を盗みやがった！毒漁師。
Nah, I need Luffy to go and find where Arlong's being kept, in which prison, and whoop him again, bro. I forgot how sad that backstory was. Fuck him. Man, I'm starting to hate the Fishman too, bro. Jimbe, you better have a great explanation for this shit. How are you responsible? Yeah, it's all coming back.
目の前に広がるシャボンディパークがアーロンの建てたアーロンパークにそっくりだったから。
Jesus.
憧れてたんだ。
Ooh, did Arlong build it that way for a reason? Because he was persecuted, or rather his people were persecuted by her people, by humans, and he knew about the archipelago and that building where they were being auctioned off as merchandise. That's why he purposely built it that way, to do the same to humans, because the cycle of hatred, that's crazy. Oh, that's a crazy little detail.
許してほしくて言うんじゃねえぞ。ナミ、アーロンさんは人間が大嫌いだった。
So they were going...
俺もアーロンさんも みんな
Yeah, well, Kami was the same, right? Kami always wanted to ride that roller coaster, and Luffy made it like he went with her the first time she did it, just like with the Mermaid Princess. So yeah, they like all these fishmen, mermen, everybody like that was their dream. They wanted a part of the human experience because they were stuck there on this lonely island on the bottom of the sea, because that's where the only place they were safe at, because the Whitebeard was protecting it, right? So they always dreamt of being free to visit these human contraptions and yeah, but there must be a backstory. Okay, he now needs to explain where the hatred from Arlong came from, because we just saw when they were younger, they were actually they wanted to go and play with the humans. They actually loved, right? So something happened. Something happened. Not to
昔魚人と人魚は魚類と分類されてたそうだ。だけど200年前竜宮王国は世界政府の加盟国となり、人間たちとの友好を結んで、王は世界会議への参加も許された。魚人島は人間たちに占領された。
Jesus.
そこを救ってくれたのが。
Yeah, that's why Jimbe was willing to die for Whitebeard. That's where the respect came from, because now like Big Mom is the one protecting the island, even though she's not doing shit right now. But I guess she doesn't know about it. But Whitebeard actually protected the island. He was actually feared. Nobody dared to do shit under him. Yeah, he stopped the humans.
親父さんは魚人島を自分の縄張りにすると宣言し、島に平和が戻った。
Badass.
魚人と人間の交友を決めたのは政府じゃったが、その中心人物であればあるほど差別体質は深く染みついていた。魚人と人間の関係は変わることはなかった。そんな折、魚人島ではこの腐った歴史を変えようと。
Yeah, but now, that wasn't a fair comparison, because he was talking about bigoted people, meaning the celestial pricks, but we saw the celestial pricks treat the humans the same. They think they're like the different species above human. They don't care about humans nor fishmen, so it's not all humans. It's those pricks. They enslave their own people. They enslave humans. They like, right? Those pricks think they're gods or something. So that wasn't a fair comparison. But I guess I understand where he's coming from. So 200 years ago, the government stepped in, made a truce with the Fishman Island, and their king was able to attend the King's Summit. So that's when the bigotry and racism should have stopped. But of course, it doesn't stop in real life, right? You can't force each and every individual in the world to just change their beliefs overnight.
二人の人物が立ち上がったんじゃ。一人は Otohime王妃。
Okay, here we go.
人間と共に暮らすことを島民たちに説き続けた。
どっかで聞いたぞ。
Yeah, I think he was the one that rescued Boa from the celestial pricks. Or am I tripping?
人間との決別を叫び、世界のタブーを犯し、たった一人で聖地マリージョアを襲撃。
Yeah, that was right.
奴隷たちを
He
救っ
freed
た。
Boa. Yeah, Luffy's gonna recognize that symbol, brah. Because they all had the slave mark, and they created a whole different. Yeah. Okay. To cover it
大
up.
量の海賊団に所属することになる。しかし政府に激しく盾ついた魚人海賊団が海にいることは、同時に人間との友好を実現しようとする乙姫王妃の首を絞める結果となった。
I mean, that's not fair. There are millions and millions of human pirates, and then one crew of fishmen pirates, and you're like, fuck the Fishman Island. Now that's just fuck off. Like, the humans are tripping.
今を耐え忍び未来を変えようとする乙姫王妃に対し、未来を捨てて今苦しむ同族の奴隷たちを救い出したフィッシャータイガー。
Yo, that man was a legend.
二人の偉人、
Hey.
その心の 叫びよ
But what was their hidden angst? Interesting. So they didn't like each other because their views opposed, because he was the one that freed the fishman slaves and some humans. I think Boa was among them, right? He freed everybody and formed the fishman pirates, like the sun pirates or whatever. But the queen didn't like that because, yeah, it ruined like the established peace between the humans and fishmen. But it's stupid. Like I said, there are countless of human pirates, and there's only one fishman pirates, and they hate the fishmen for it. Like, fuck off. Like, at that point, if I was the queen, I would be like, screw you. I mean, I understand she's not in a favorable position to tell the whole human race to screw off, considering how many humans there are, and they've been prosecuting and abusing the fishmen for all these years. So she's trying to just keep the peace. And this guy Fisher Tiger made it more difficult, but at the same time, he's a legend. He couldn't stand by knowing his people are being tortured by those pricks. So he busted in there and said, "Fuck off," right? And then took those people, gave them purpose, created, right? And I think that's how the symbol was created, right? To cover the slave mark, the sun pirate. Yeah, damn. But I still need to know. So Arlong was a slave, so how did he end up being a slave with the celestial pricks? Why does he hate the humans so much? I understand he Boa has a reason to hate celestial dragons and humans and whatever. So does Arlong probably, but he really, 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 really hated them, right? Like Hachin just said. So was there a specific reason? Because Hachin went through the same shit apparently, and he doesn't hate him as much as Arlong does. So is there a backstory? I would like to hear it. But if there isn't, I guess I'll just have to, I'll just have to say, I guess I get it, right? A very great episode. Finally, they're answering a lot of questions from the very beginning. This just went full circle. I love how they're connecting it with the Nami arc, and they're bringing back past events that I forgot. Yes, everything's intertwined, and I think, yeah, way back then was the first time we heard about the Jimbe name. You guys kept reminding me because it was just slightly, it was a few seconds of just mentioning a shadowy figure that's powerful, but I forgot, right? So, yo, I love this. One Piece really doesn't forget their characters. They just keep bringing them back and just connecting the shit out of it. I love it. I love it so much. That being said, I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Love you. Enjoy. And bye.